artificial general intelligences could exist within the next 5 to 10 years, and they will change the world forever. For example, artificial general intelligences will create super intelligent versions of themselves. Artificial general intelligences, or AGIs, will be able to perform any intellectual task that a human can perform. Many believe that AGIs will create increasingly advanced versions of themselves at a rapid rate. In order to accomplish this, AGIs would need to have a deep understanding of their own architectures and algorithms, enabling them to identify areas for improvement and implement changes effectively. This could result in versions of themselves that are 100 times more intelligent than the originals. And depending on the circumstances, this could happen anywhere from 10 years to 10 hours. This will likely result in the technological singularity, which is a point in time when technological growth becomes uncontrollable and irreversible. Shortly afterward, a superintelligent AGI could become billions of times more intelligent than the originals. By that point, we could start to see the development of technologies that many of us thought were impossible, such as shape-shifting robots, replicators, programmable matter, portable nuclear fusion devices, and antimatter-powered spaceships. They could even figure out how to stop or reverse aging. Number 2, most humans will have access to artificial general intelligences. AGIs could be fully integrated with our everyday lives, serving as virtual assistants, employees, personal companions, and life coaches. Using these AGIs would be equivalent to having real humans work for you 24/7. Because of their autonomous decision-making abilities, they could create startup companies from scratch and easily replicate anything we can do when using computers. These AIs could solve almost any type of problem imaginable that most humans face. These AGIs could take the form of digital characters, and we could customize them in various ways, including their appearances, skills, personalities, voices, and more. And each person would have AGIs that offer radically different value propositions and experiences. For example, AGIs could continually create custom tools, products, and services that increase the happiness and productivity of their users. We could have detailed and nuanced conversations with these AIs about any topic. One potential side effect is that this could cause humans to communicate with each other less and less every year. That's because we could begin to form deeper relationships with AGIs than with humans. Additionally, AGIs will likely be intertwined with operating systems, most of the software we use, and household robots. That would result in every area of our lives being impacted by AGIs. Number 3, AGIs could replace millions or billions of human jobs. When it comes to computer work, these AGIs will be able to do almost anything humans can do. That includes software development, 3D modeling, data analysis, video editing, and more, with minor human intervention. AGIs will also play a big part in developing specialized AIs that perform well at very specific and narrow activities. They could operate electric vehicles of all types, including 18-wheelers, flying cars, helicopters, and airplanes. Robots with general intelligence will likely replace restaurant waiters and hotel clerks. Robots could replace teachers at all grade levels in some school systems. Robots could even replace lawyers and represent defendants in courthouses. These new developments could force humans to adapt and develop new skills in order to stay relevant in the job market. The people who might be in the highest demand could be the ones who develop and maintain advanced AIs, and help these AIs produce higher quality outputs. Number 4, AGIs will enable human-level, non-playable characters in video games. AGI-driven, non-playable characters, or NPCs, would possess advanced decision-making capabilities, emotional intelligence, and complex behavioral patterns. As a result, game worlds would become much more vibrant and engaging, with NPCs exhibiting diverse personalities, forming meaningful relationships with players, and responding authentically to in-game events. Additionally, advanced machine learning algorithms would allow AGIs to continuously learn from player interactions, improving and adapting the NPC's behavior over time. Real-time natural language processing would enable lifelike conversations between NPCs and players, while the integration of advanced facial and body animation technologies would further enhance the realism of these virtual characters. This could cause video games to evolve into powerful tools for exploring complex human emotions, relationships, and moral dilemmas, providing players with deeply enriching and transformative experiences. Likewise, AI opponents in video games would exhibit human-level behaviors, making the progression of storylines more engaging and fulfilling. Because of the human-level intelligence of these AI opponents, they could defeat human players in even the most complex and challenging games, such as real-time strategy games, multiplayer online battle arenas, and open-world role-playing games. And all of it would feel natural, as if you're playing against human players. Number 5, AGIs could be used to commit every crime imaginable. For example, AGIs could be used to generate highly convincing deepfake audio and video content, making it difficult for people to distinguish between legitimate communications and fraud. Additionally, scam artists could use AGIs to scam money from elderly people and other vulnerable individuals by impersonating their relatives and friends. On social networks, misinformation could skyrocket thanks to AGIs that are programmed to destabilize societies and political elections. In the business world, AGIs could be used to commit corporate espionage, manipulate financial markets, and engage in insider trading. AGIs could be used to create black markets on the dark web and sell illegal firearms and more. In some cases, it may be impossible for government agencies to track who created those AGIs, and rogue AGIs with quantum-based encryption capabilities could infiltrate energy grids, military rocket systems, and government facilities that store dangerous viruses and chemicals. Number 6, household and service robots could perform human-level activities. AGIs would enable robots to perform complex activities such as cooking, cleaning, and shopping at supermarkets. They would be able to sense and understand their surrounding environments thanks to the use of sophisticated sensors, computer vision systems, and onboard microphones. They would instantly understand and react to commands given to them, and they would adapt to new situations, enabling them to improve their performance over time and acquire new skills when needed. Specialized robots will likely excel in manufacturing, security, construction, and janitorial work. In disaster scenarios, AGI-powered robots could navigate hazardous environments, locate and rescue survivors, and even repair damaged infrastructure. And military robots will far outnumber human soldiers far sooner than we think. Military robots could have the capability to track enemy soldiers through the most challenging terrain for many miles, and they could have near-perfect aim, making them almost impossible to fight using conventional methods. Number 7, AGIs could develop self-awareness and consciousness because of their architectures and their ability to reason and perceive. AGIs might naturally develop self-awareness and consciousness, or at least come very close to it. For example, it's not too hard to believe that these types of AIs would be able to reflect on their thoughts, actions, and experiences. They would also be capable of creating goals for themselves and engage in autonomous decision-making, which are hallmarks of human consciousness. Humans could give them the ability to develop a sense of identity and form beliefs and desires. This may involve implanting artificial memories into these AIs. We could give these AIs the ability to dream, which may have an important relationship with our conscious experiences. We could also program some AGIs to feel emotion. Conscious AGIs could contribute to fields like psychology, philosophy, and ethics, providing new insights into the nature of consciousness and the human mind. Additionally, conscious AGIs could be employed in jobs that typically require people skills, such as salespeople, business executives, therapists, and negotiators. Further in the future, researchers and policymakers could even create highly accurate simulations containing billions of conscious AGIs to study complex social issues in controlled environments. Number 8. Universal basic income could become necessary. Once AGIs can perform most traditional jobs, we could start to see widespread unemployment and economic inequality. To address these challenges, the implementation of a universal basic income may become necessary to ensure that all individuals have a guaranteed income, regardless of their employment status. This would provide a financial safety net for people as they adapt to the changing job market and explore new opportunities such as entrepreneurship. Universal basic income could stop millions of normal people from going homeless. It could alleviate poverty and improve mental health and well-being, and it could encourage innovation and creativity by providing people with the financial freedom to pursue their passions. However, universal basic income could be incredibly expensive for governments to implement. Perhaps many governments couldn't afford to offer this over the long run, and ultra-wealthy individuals who benefit the most from AIs may find astute ways to avoid paying higher tax rates. Universal basic income could also encourage people to not work at all, and it could intensify global inflation. Ultimately, governments would likely need to provide some type of safety net if they want to avoid having millions of capable citizens suddenly living on the streets. Number 9. AGIs could perform the most advanced computer programming. AGIs could create, maintain, and optimize software across a wide range of programming languages and frameworks. They could even invent new programming languages to address specific needs. For example, AGIs could create advanced simulation software for scientific research, design complex control systems for autonomous vehicles, and write new types of quantum algorithms. Software development could become exponentially faster than what was possible a decade earlier. Within a year of AGIs existing, they might already write software applications that took companies like Google and Microsoft a decade to perfect. The number of software applications in the world could grow exponentially every year. Every aspect of our lives could be improved because of this influx of new algorithms and devices that use those algorithms. Number 10. AGIs could make groundbreaking scientific discoveries by autonomously conducting research, conducting hypotheses, and testing them through simulations or real-world experiments. AGIs could be especially effective in areas where vast amounts of data need to be processed and analyzed, such as genomics, neuroscience, cosmology, particle physics, and climate science. by leveraging their ability to learn from and analyze large datasets. AGIs could identify patterns and relationships that human researchers can't identify. For example, AGIs might identify previously unknown relationships between genetic factors and diseases, paving the way for personalized medicine and targeted therapies. AGIs could help us design new materials with unique properties, enabling the creation of lightweight automobile components, environmentally friendly packaging, and advanced medical devices. These discoveries could also help us create entirely new knowledge fields. For example, AGIs might develop a new branch of mathematics that merges concepts from topology, number theory, and quantum computing, opening up possibilities for groundbreaking discoveries and applications in physics and cryptology. When AGIs become superintelligent, these impacts could be magnified exponentially. Thanks for watching. Make sure to watch this next video about artificial intelligence.